In this next video, we're going to be joining Bloomfield PD as he pulls over a violator. And this video is going to turn tragic for this officer. He pulled over a traffic violator for a headlight out on his vehicle. So what should have been a simple fix-it ticket actually turned into a officer losing his life. And so let's go ahead and get into this video, and afterwards I will come back and give you my commentary. And it looks like we're going to be joining Bloomfield's officers on a traffic stop. And once again, I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Patrol in Performance. I'm your host, John Shaft.
What now?
3113, 1054.
And we will do it again.
Shows a provisional only surrender. There's 726, negative 29. Anything for this?
Hello, Officer, I'm Squirrels, Bluefield Police.
Yes, sir.
You mind rolling down your window so I can talk to you?
I can hear you just fine, thank you.
So, the reason why I pulled you over is you ain't got a headlight.
I saw it burn out on the way in.
That's fine. So you're aware you don't have a headlight.
Well, what I'm aware of is that it burned out on
You got your driver's license, registration, insurance.
Driver and suspect is to actually get his license.
Go ahead and pass it out.
No, I'm not going to be doing that, thank you.
So, this is how it's going to work. That is a criminal offense. You have to provide your ID. If not, you're now concealing ID. We're going to take you to jail. Your choice.
New Mexico state law.
Oh, that's fine.
There it is.
That's fine. I'll get it in just a second.
2129, are you able to break? 10 point, you're going to be at Broadway and going.
Inside.
Hey, you guys are good to go. You don't have a license, okay? So swap will get to drive, okay? Your license is surrendered.
You're going to hand me your ID. I'm going to ask you one more time.
The law says it must be provided and exhibited. It does not say I have to hand you anything.
I pulled the vehicle over for no headlight, and he's not wanting to give me his ID.
It says provided and exhibited, and nowhere in all 4 pages of it.
For now, I'll just sit with him until I can get an ID.
Right there. That's the law.
Just like I said, headlight is a criminal offense. This is the reason why I pulled you over. If you read your state statute, it says you have to provide identification when a crime is being committed or has been committed. That's fine.
Not a crime.
A headlight is a state. It's city, state, it's everywhere.
State law
That's
is
fine.
exhibited. It does not say I have to hand you anything.
Jail as well.
I'm not concealing anything.
You
It's
are
right there in
concealing
front of you.
ID. I asked for your information.
And I am
So you
providing
have
it
to
and
provide it.
exhibiting it exactly as the
That's
law
fine.
says.
That is perfectly fine.
Good.
So you know what happens, right? If you don't provide your information, you have
It's
to go.
right there in
you
front
have
of
to go
you.
to a judge immediately. Correct?
That's not true
That
either.
is okay.
I am within the law on this
Okay.
provided and exhibited, and you know it.
Okay.
Just trying to get around it, or I'm not going to play your game.
I just want to make sure you're aware of all of this.
What I'm aware of is that you're trying to be a tyrannical, egomaniacal bad bug,
That's fine.
and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I'm holding you to the law. You don't like the letter of the law? That's your problem.
That's perfectly fine.
About that.
Your headline.
Looks like they're going to be placing spike sticks up on the truck just in case he's decided to flee.
You can bluster and fume till your eyes burst out of your head, and I am not breaking the law by doing that, and you do know it.
Okay, I'm Officer Weaver, okay? What's your name?
I'm providing it right there.
You need to provide it in my hand.
The law says provided and exhibited, and in all 5 pages of it, nowhere does it say I have to hand it to you or surrender it to
Tell you,
you.
you do not roll your
And you
window down.
are violating the law.
I'm gonna break your window out. Roll your window down.
I have done my job according to the law, provided and exhibited.
This is your last warning to roll the window down.
Officer, I am within the law.
You're not. You're not, because a crime is being committed, so you have to provide
And
identification.
I am providing it, and I am exhibiting it according to state law.
So when an officer is provided, it's covered.
Name is covered because of too many bad bugs that like to do that name run routine that I'm all too familiar with you guys.
Sir.
You take the name, you run just the name,
Roll down the window right
you
now.
run just the name.
No, we're breaking this window. Oh, sorry. Back up, dude.
This officer now is attempting to see the side window.
Let's pop it. Pop it, dude.
So, are you going to provide your information?
What are we doing?
I have provided my
No.
information.
Hand me your driver's
I am
license.
not going to hand you a driver's license so you can do that name and attempt to set me up with somebody else's warrant. That is exactly what you do. They take the name, they run just the name.
Nope.
Then they look for any name like it that has a warrant that's even similar to the name. State of Pennsylvania, that's what they proved. Caught them on camera doing it. They ran just the name in an attempt to get away. I believe this is high-strength plexiglass because it's of a four-wheel drive. It probably will break eventually. I don't understand your problems. I'm the one within the law.
Because,
If you want to break the law on me, I will keep you like the criminal fuck that you are.
so you're going to open it.
I'm not going to open my window. I'm doing what the law says. You might want to
You have
get
to
your
provide
sergeant
your
out here.
information.
I am providing my information.
Right at the intersection. My window breaker's not working, so maybe yours will.
I'm sorry you're having such a problem here, officer, but that is the letter of the law, provided and exhibited. That's an ordinance violation, not a crime.
No, it is a crime. Your headlight is a crime. That's the reason why I'm trying to make contact.
One officer is down.
29 shots fired. On the barrels, where you at?
Where you want to find? Send us 55 1080.
Sarge, you work on the barrels. I'm watching this guy. Move, you're gonna be shot! Don't f***ing move! Sarge, I got you. I'm covering you. I can see him.
315, get us 55 1018. One officer down. I got you. I got you.
I am gonna have to let you go. We have a shooting coming out right now, so don't worry about your son. He's not in any trouble. You have a wonderful evening, okay?
If you move, you're gonna be shot again. Do you understand me? Do not move!
I got you, man. I've got an officer shot in the neck, and you'll notify 3905. Sam, I got you, bro.
Here's 10-7. Not able to render aid right now at this point.
Sam, with me, bro.
Get out. Alright, you are now driving home. I'm gonna hold on to your car keys. Is everything okay? Here's your keys, here's your phone, okay? Thank you, sir. I put all your paperwork inside the car.
Hey, Tim.
I secured my vehicle.
Tim, stay with me, bro.
That's okay. Do you have your license, registration, proof of
I
insurance?
have my license before I left the house. Don't worry.
Okay. Is any kind of ID on you?
We're gonna go, we're gonna help clear intersections so we can go straight away.
Hold ahead. If you don't feel nothing,
You stop. Okay.
Yeah. He's ready to start. Hey, bro. My truck.
I'm gonna shut down your camera.
I'm worried about him, dude.
That casing was on his belt. Yep, it was right above his belt.
your chest and that. Yeah, crimson tape.
Oh, I'm okay. First, somewhere here.
Slow down. I need you to go jump in EMS. Hey, is your car unlocked? Go jump in. You stay behind the ambulance.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, I'm Dylan here.
There was a shooting. I'm okay. I'll be home, whatever. So, I love you. I'm not injured. Nothing like that. I can't really find any of this on scene right now. There's cameras everywhere. I'm okay.
It's gonna stop for this intersection. You're gonna keep going through it. Once you clear it, we're gonna leapfrog it. Keep this going. They'll eventually catch up and get behind you like you did with him, okay?
This DR officer is trying to escort the man to the hospital.
RLT is on the way in, but he's going to be in a private auto.
We believe the suspect is going to be DOS dead on the scene.
I only need the very first.
Looks like they're about to pull up at the hospital. Looks like they are conducting a CPR on this officer. The officer has apparently been shot in his neck.
Thank you. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-7, 10-8. 10-
once again, I'd like to welcome you all back to another episode of Patrol and Performance. And I'm your host, John Shaft. And as you can see in this video, it definitely turned tragic. The officers, initial officer, this vehicle, patrol, a age male, and he initially pulled over the vehicle for having a just nothing more than a fix-it ticket. Fix-it ticket is when you have a particular, if you will, on your vehicle that's out, and you can just simply replace it, like a headlight out, tail light out, light out, brake light out, amber light out. And so these tickets, officer write you a ticket, and you simply just get it repaired. And you get the vehicle repaired, you can just any officer within that jurisdiction that wrote you that ticket and get him to sign off on it. And you just simply mail it in, and you don't have to pay anything, and it doesn't go on your record, anything like that. That's what you call a fix-it ticket. That's when your vehicle has a operational violation. And so they are very common. In this video, you had this to be these law enforcement officers. Again, it was a middle-aged male, and I do believe he lived with his mother or a relative of somebody. His name is Daniel. And so when the officers come up to Mr. Daniel, he explained to him that he had a headlight out. And right away, Mr. Daniel became combative. And in the video, you can see that he had been recording himself earlier, and he was already frustrated on the video. And then when his officer behind him pulled him over, made it even worse. And so approaching this guy, the officer asked for his license, registration, and insurance. And so instead of down his window all the way, he decided he would hold his license up the window. And so the officer, being satisfied with that, called for backup to this individual to his command. Actually, it was quite legal for a driver, upon being approached by a law enforcement officer, to simply hold up your driving license to the glass where the officer can see and read it clearly, as long as it's not abstracted. That's perfectly legal. We do not live in a communism. We live in a country that is about laws and freedom. And so when officers come up to you, you submit to that officer or now under his control on a traffic stop. And you come under his control by your driving license. And so obviously Mr. Daniel knew that. And Mr. Daniel did not want to be under his control. So he just simply the driving license and headed up to the one where the officer could read it. But that was not good enough for this officer. And so he called for backup. And by the time his backup arrived, the situation has gotten significantly worse. Instead of him de-escalating the situation, like I said, it was a simple fix-it traffic ticket. And all he had to do was write this guy a traffic ticket and go on and just get the information that he see through the glass window. And they excused for that his information was covered, some sticker, and they couldn't see it. It's BS. I could see it through the video and so this is nothing more than a case of officers in this situation, the point to which they did, and one ended up his life, which was crazy. All of this over a simple fix-it traffic ticket. And all that officer had to do was, like I said, take down the information that he sees and go back to the car and write this guy a ticket and go on about his business. But he had to escalate it to this point where this man was already irritated and not knowing that he had a weapon in his vehicle. In the video, it was determined that they heard a snap sound like a gun holster. this individual according to the stop for himself. And so obviously he had been stopped a few times by law enforcement. And he was being stopped many times by these officers. And so each officer that was dispatched to the scene, each officer was on their initial call, and one of them was on a DUI call, and the other one I think was on a speeding, running red light call. But anyway, they let those drivers and those individuals go simply because the situation was escalating out of control. By the time they arrived on the scene, one officer decided he wanted to the driver's side glass with a glass breaker, thereby again escalating the situation further. When, like I said, the only thing they had to do is to copy this guy information and go back to his patrol unit and write him a ticket, and then just slip the ticket off the window of the driver and go on about his business. But then now he escalated the situation even further by breaking this guy's side glass. And upon doing so, he brandished a weapon, started firing at the officers, and was hit. And the one that was hit was standing directly in front of the side door. And so he was hit in the neck. And hell broke loose after that. Officers started firing at Mr. Daniel. I do believe Mr. Daniel was struck times, and I do believe he expired on the scene. Officers was rushed to the hospital, to the emergency room. By the time they got him to the hospital, he was doing CPR on him. They was him out of the ambulance, and long after that, he succumbed to his injuries. And so this was a really terrible situation on these officers. But like I said, man, this could have all been avoided by the escalating situation. And a lot of these officers, man, they get gun-ho, or they get combative themselves. You as individual citizen that you don't want to obey orders. So it's definitely something I would not have done. I would have simply to get information down what I could see through the window. And if I need for him to flip it, the license over, I would have had him to the license over as well. And then I would went back and roll him a ticket and then send him on his way. And see, the only way he still be living, I would still be living. I get a chance to go home to my family, and he gets a chance to go home to his family as well. But like I said, you got some of these officers, man, will escalate it to the point, hey, I dare you refuse my order, and I'll do what I tell you to do. In this case, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to take you to jail over a simple out on the vehicle. Now, had it been a homicide, a murder investigation, a robbery, assault in first degree, I could understand the escalation. But a simple visit ticket, the way you pull this guy over because he have a headlight out, or tag layout, man, that's ludicrous. It was ludicrous, it was crazy. And this officer lost his life because of the officers. Not only was they overzealous, but they should have been the situation to the point to where they wouldn't have to get to all of this. It is what it is. And so now they have to bury this man and this officer. And he leaves behind a wife and a family because he stopped the driver over headlight out and his life. And this just shows you how quickly these can out of control. And sadly to say, sometimes these stops get out of control because of some of these officers being overzealous. And there you not with my order. I'm the law enforcement. I'm the law. You're supposed to follow. You're supposed to do what I tell you to do. If you don't, then I got the authority to bust you across your head, or to shoot you, or take you to jail. And so in a spins well-rounded officer would have de-escalated the situation. By doing so, like I said, he gets a chance to go home. The officers get a chance to go home to his family, and so do the driver. And so that's going to end this video. And we thank you for watching and tuning in to each and every video that we put out. And it's a sad situation. Hate to see things like this happen. But I have lived through it. I've seen plenty of officers lose their lives as well. So the reward ask you to continually to support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you will know when